much for listening. We now join our friend Gerard Mambwe on main interview.
Good morning and welcome to Building the Future on ZMBC Radio 2. And I'm so excited to be back yet again on this segment, and this is the main interview. Today we have something interesting, something which actually everybody should be doing once a while, not even once a while, but every day. It's something that has to do with entrepreneurship. And I'm your host, Gerard Mambwe, and of course, I'm with Remmy Kangwa, who is a humanitarian as well as the award-winning person. I guess you'll be able to explain more about that. But then, Remmy, welcome to the main interview.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
All right. First start, who is Remmy?
Remmy is a gentleman. Of course, a young man from Mpika. It's a young man coming from a very humble background and fought his way up to who he is today, of which I'll be able to discuss more about who I am, so that maybe someone will be able to know more about me. But the basic of me is I'm from Mpika, and of course, I'm the award-winning humanitarian. And many more other things, but we'll discuss that.
All right, that is great and actually nice of you. Now, I understand that today we are looking at entrepreneurship. I don't know what you would term entrepreneurship, or how you would define entrepreneurship in your own words.
Entrepreneurship, with my own experience, if you ask me about entrepreneurship, you said my own words.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So to me, entrepreneurship is something that one decides to take to any man, but of course with something else in mind, and that is making a loss. So if you decide to do business, but you are aware of making a loss, to me that's entrepreneurship. So it's about winning and losing, involving yourself in a business that you know that at one point you would make a loss.
All right, now we've known you for doing some humanitarian works here and there. Share with us how has been your experience, and how do you actually balance up humanitarian works as well as social life?
Okay, so being at first it was hard because people knew me as a business person. And then I had to involve myself in humanitarian works, of which now it has more like covered the bigger part of me. And on top of that, I became famous. And now, becoming famous has actually made it easy for me to do my humanitarian works, even business. Because there are certain things that I've been able to do that if I wasn't famous, I wouldn't have been able to do them. Because humanitarian works is about helping people out there. There are so many people in need, but you're there to provide a solution, and you can't provide a solution alone. You need people. Now, where do you get these people? You get these people from being known to others. And the other thing is that being famous also allows you to market what you do easily in terms of business. So on my part, since I'm coming from a business background, I understand and I know how to manage being famous and being a humanitarian, even though it's a little bit difficult, in the sense that if you are famous and you're not very old, like a young man who is famous, everyone wants to be around you. And as a person that is known for humanitarian works, you don't have to be rude to people. I need to emphasize on that, because I know that even the people that are listening to this program are young people. I would advise them to take note of what I'm talking about. So people look at humanitarians like pastors. So if someone is going to find me standing with a woman, they will be like, hey, Remy no mukashana, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But then there are these so many people that want to be closer to you, and you have to make sure that you accommodate them, but they should not cross the line. Yeah, which is not easy to do. But of course, if you're disciplined, it's very easy to do that. So I know how to manage it, and it's working out. I think it's discipline. That's what matters.
All right. Now, why should young people who are growing up take interest in entrepreneurship?
First of all, it's important everywhere. Entrepreneurship keeps us, all of us. We live entrepreneurship. Every day you spend money. Every day, whether you're young or you're old, every day, even if you don't have money, but you spend the money every day. I'll tell you how. Every young person, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 20 years, 15 years, when they wake up, they will have to wash their face, or maybe take a bath simply. When taking a bath, they will use water, they use toothbrush, toothpaste, they also eat food. It doesn't matter whether that food is coming from the parents, but someone will eat that food. Now, that is already spending. Now, young people should start learning to generate income the same way they learn how to use money and to consume, resources and everything. If we can teach young people to start making money every day like they use money every day, by the time they are reaching my age, for instance, or by the time they are reaching 24, they will have already known what it means. They have already known what it means to hustle and how to make money, because making money is a skill. I will tell you that if you do not have the skill of making money, today someone will give you 20,000 kwacha and you can't multiply that money. I will tell you the truth. You can't multiply that money. There are so many people that have gotten pensions, others have gotten loans, and they have failed to multiply that money, because making money is not about having money and doing any business. It's about having a skill of doing business. That's why we even have schools for entrepreneurs, even though myself I haven't done that, but I know it's there. But for me, I've learned business through observing other people that do business, even my own experiences. And that's where now I understood that business is something that every person should have interest in, whether you are working or not, whether you're in school or not. And the majority of our people, our parents, have taken us to school because of entrepreneurship. Even if they don't know what it's entrepreneurship, but it's business they do. You find them doing shitemene systems in the villages. If it's in town, you see parents doing so many things in order for them to take children to school. That is already entrepreneurship. So every person should be taught, and people should have interest from young age in these things.
All right, so in case you have a comment or contribution, you can send in a text message on the number 0971 859675, 0971 859675. We are discussing entrepreneurship, and in the studio I have Remmy Kangwa, who is a humanitarian as well as the founder of Remmy Foundation, and of course he is a social media influencer. Is here to discuss the topic which I earlier mentioned. Now, Remmy, what does it take for one to be an entrepreneur?
It takes a decision, and information. Becoming an entrepreneur is something that you decide to do. Sometimes, yes, people are able to decide on your behalf, especially young people. I want to believe that there are so many of us that when we were young, maybe the time we were going, starting school, our parents made certain decisions on our behalf. So becoming an entrepreneur takes a decision. When you decide to say, okay, I'm going to do this, but sometimes, other people decide for you, which is also okay. But at the end of the day, it takes a decision. And some money, of course. You need capital in order for you to venture into entrepreneurship. Now, when I talk about capital, I'm not talking about money. Capital can be anything. Capital can be yourself as a person. You call it that what? Human resource. Sometimes it takes other people's money. By the way, you can start with other people's money. Like in my case, I did not start business, or I did not become the person I am today because I used my own money. No. I remember when I just, started engaging in entrepreneurship, humanitarian and everything, other people helped me, and that, pushed me to starting doing my personal things. So decision, some capital as well. Sometimes it could be selling a mic, if maybe that's what you have. You can steal one mic from ZNBC. I didn't say that. Yeah, you can get one mic from ZNBC. You sell it and have something to start business with. But I'm not saying people should steal. No, I'm simply trying to let them know to say you can use what you have. It could be maybe a property. Yeah, there are people that have sold plots to venture into. Even selling a plot already, that is entrepreneurship. So, capital and decision.
They say use what you have to get what you want.
Very important.
So if you have a phone or anything, if a phone can do a lot of things, you can just start making videos.
And if a phone is not making, if you have a smartphone and it's not making you money, then it's better you sell it. If you can't sell it, please pack it. Myself, I do not have an office. My office is, this phone is my office. The phone that I have is my office. If you ask me about my company, it's Facebook. That's my company. And I've done so many things. Even when I was involved in cross-border businesses, I didn't make that much as compared to what Facebook is able to make for me. You get? And everyone is on Facebook now. And people should also, especially young people are now on social media. If they can utilize the time they spend on social media, it can pay them a lot of money. Social media pays, Facebook pays, Twitter pays, YouTube pays. There's so many things that young people can actually do online that would give them money. That is also entrepreneurship. Being on Facebook is business. Yeah, so people can use phones now. In addition to what people need to become entrepreneurs, is a phone. You see now the good part of technology. Phones are here. That's capital already.
All right, you are still listening to the main interview right here on Building the Future on ZNBC. And if you have any comment or contribution, you can send a message on the number 0971 859675 0971 859675. Now, Remy, as we're about to wrap up, what is your message of advice to the young people who are listening to this program right now, and with regards, of course, to entrepreneurship?
Allow me to combine the two. If you're going to do business, Bible, by the way, it involves money. So if you're going to be successful in your business, carry along poor people with you. Let me use this term, the needy. Carry them along. That's the message I would give people out there. And to those, of course, who are just starting, you can't just start and start giving, but you can give when you have. Is to just start. If they have any idea that they're thinking about, they're thinking of implementing, the best thing is not to consult people. In business, I do not believe in consulting many people, because at the end of the day, we all have our own way of doing things, and we have our own paths in life. We are not going to do things because, I'll give you an example. There are so many successful entrepreneurs in Zambia. I'm not going to consult them to say, if I want to do business. I'll give an example of a gentleman that I know that is a genuine entrepreneur to me. Is Dumisani, for instance. He calls himself the radical entrepreneur. Yeah, he runs a school and he runs other companies like some technology company and everything. If I'm going to do a different business, I should not consult everything from Dumisani, for instance. I will consult other people. I'm going to get ideas from these people. But at the end of the day, it's up to me now to decide on how best I can do my personal business, because we're doing different businesses. We're doing businesses in different periods. How you start business matters. When you start business matters. So the best thing that you do if you want to do business, simply start. And with time, if you persist, because persistence is very important. When you lose, I'm someone that has lost money before. I remember the last time I lost 300,000 kwacha as a young man who was just starting business. I felt like the world was ending. Now here I am, that I'm even able to come here and discuss this with you and the listeners out there. So whatever that you are thinking about, simply start working on it and persist until something happens. Yes.
All right, how can people get in touch with you in case they would love to talk to you and find out more about entrepreneurship and of course what you do?
The only thing I can give out for now is my Facebook page, Remmy Kangwa. I wish I can give out my phone number, but unfortunately, man, I'm already overwhelmed with phone calls already, so I can't leave my phone number. But on Facebook, I'm there. But just be careful. On Facebook, there are a lot of Remmy Kangwa Nombapa. Others I do not even know. They even post to say, right now I'm at ABCD. When you check the profile, it's Remmy Kangwa. The picture is mine, but the person is different. But I think my page is almost getting to 100,000 followers. I'm sure that that's a guidance for those that would like to follow me on social media. So they'll just go forward. The name which has a lot of followers, that's my page. I hope to verify it as soon as possible.
All right. Thank you so much for making an appearance on the show, and I wish you all the best as you continue, with your humanitarian works.
Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. And to the listeners, may God continue to bless you. And most importantly, please, let's always spread love. In as much as we do business or whatever that we do in our lives, please let's check on other people as well. Let's make sure that we learn to share the little we have with others.
All right. So my guest for today has been Remmy Kangwa, who is a humanitarian as well as a social media influencer, and has been helping us to discuss the topic on entrepreneurship. From me, Gerard Mambwe, and if you want to follow me also on Facebook, you can follow me at Gerard Mambwe, and you'll be able to interact right there. So for now, it's pleasant listening.
That was Gerard Mambo on the main interview.